But they said, no, you can't go into my computer, my truck, because I guess it's a lock system.
Yeah.
Or whatever you call that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think that, when you talked about that last week, right?
Well, I finally got my lift gate working on the truck.
Uh-huh.
And it was what I said was wrong with it from the very beginning. And about $380 I've already paid to get it fixed twice. And I went and I said, this is what was wrong from the beginning. I told you this. And they said, yes. I said, well, you charged me 2 visits. I'm here. This is my 3rd time. And you did what needed to be changed in the first place. So they refunded me back my $387 and change back to me, then tacked it onto my $590 bill today. So it was a smaller change.
Of course.
What does URL stand for?
Something.
I know what that is.
Universal.
You know, that is a great question.
It says search Google or type URL.
It's the website. Uniform Resource Identity. No, that's URL. Locator. Uniform Resource Locator. It's the name of it's the website's address. So Amazon.com. That's the URL.
Okay. So now we talked about Google Chrome last week.
Yes.
So I went into Google Chrome.
Okay.
You're using a fast new browser, mouse over the markers below for 3 quick tips. So I guess whether should I use Google Chrome? Should I use Safari or should I use Firefox? Doesn't matter.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And the reason why I say that is when I was using my PC, I was not a fan of Internet Explorer, and I was not a fan of the new Edge browser that they came out with on Windows 10.
But I don't have Internet Explorer.
But I have noticed, and some websites will say this website does not display properly in Safari. Please use Firefox or Chrome. And sometimes websites will say that about this website does not display properly in Chrome. Please use Internet Explorer or Firefox. So it's usually a rare instance, and sometimes it might not display properly, and they don't even tell you. In fact, I wonder if I'm not going to try it right now, but there's so you guys know what Wikipedia is, right?
Yeah.
It's like an online encyclopedia.
Oh yes, okay,
For
I know.
And now wikis have popped up all over the place for different things.
Wiki?
Yeah, so they've taken that wiki part of Wikipedia, and basically it's a hub of information for a specific topic. And then you can create one. So there might
how would
be.
I do that?
I don't know. I just know that they exist. But they don't. Wikipedia displays fine on my computer, but I can't get. So here's wikia.com.
So that's wiki.com?
Wikia. So add an A. But I cannot get these to load properly, at least some of them. Okay, so this one's working fine, of course. But there's some that I just can't get to display properly, and I'm not sure why. And maybe it's because it doesn't work well with Safari. Or maybe it's just those certain ones. But anyway, Wikia, yeah, is it's a way for people to go in and, oops.
How do you spell that?
WIKIA.
Oh, so there's no C in there.
Wiki.
No.
That's it.com?
Yep.
WIKIA.com.
I think, if I'm doing this right. Yeah, today's top 5 communities. Yeah, see this Wikipedia where so are you on the same page?
Should look like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you scroll,
Walking Dead season, yeah.
yeah, if you scroll down about 3/4, it's got this today's top 5 communities. And one of the very top one is Wikipedia, which is the Star Wars Wikipedia. And
No, they're not there yet.
Is that the thing that says 10 Star Wars games?
underneath that,
Fan feed?
it should say today's top.
First teaser.
More top stories or?
No, today's top 5 communities.
I got the Star Wars things and mine goes to pictures like that.
Well, I didn't click on that though.
Oh, no, I'm just going up and down that.
Yeah.
You can go past all of that?
Yep.
Past the, oh,
Yep. Huh. Anyway, so see, I'm sitting here and it won't load. I can't get it. And I don't know, maybe if I tried opening it in Chrome, let's find out. Do I have Chrome installed?
10
I do have Google Chrome.
top Star Wars games worth revisiting.
Yes, and then underneath that, it should say today's top 5 communities.
Got it.
And then the very top one is Wikipedia, which is the Star Wars Wikipedia.
Okay.
very top one.
Star Wars.
Wikipedia. What in the world is this?
It is, if you want to know anything about Star Wars, this is where.
Are you talking about clicking on that one?
No, see, it looks a little different because you're on a mobile.
That's the picture what you had before.
Yeah, that is.
And then I went underneath it and I clicked onto that.
See,
there.
you know what? It must be internet, or it must be.
Now, I've got a basic question about using the computer. I'm right here now.
Yeah.
And at the top, it has Wikipedia, and I can click the X there, or I can click the back arrow. And I'm never quite sure which one to use.
So the back arrow will take you back to where you just got from here.
And sometimes if I click the other one, it takes me all the way out.
This X right, if you look on my screen, Bob, this X right here, because the web page is not done loading, you can just stop it from loading. And it's going to stop exactly where it was. So it won't load any more pictures
So I know
or
it's not
images.
loading because that thing's still spinning.
Yeah. Yep.
So it must be a lot in this for that thing.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of pictures, and and you've never loaded the page before, so it's going to have to download everything for the first time.
So I can hit the X there and stop it.
Yep.
Now, how come mine's not showing that?
Okay, which I did.
Most likely because you're on a mobile device, and so it's going to look different. There it is, right there.
So that.
Oh, so I needed to get that piece up.
Yep.
Oh,
So in any program, if it's spinning and I want to stop it, I can hit that X.
Yep,
now
that is correct.
and what's the purpose of this?
This is a collection of information. So this is Star Wars. Everything Star Wars. So anything that any author has ever written in a book, anything from the movies, people will add pages about that information. So when the new Star Wars movie came out, there was obviously no information on the new bad guy. And so once the movie came out, someone came in on the Star Wars Wikia and started putting in all the information about the new bad guy. So if anyone wanted to learn about him, they could go here and find out about it. So it's a way for people to
Like, is this another Google
who
thing?
will, no, this is,
I don't mean Google, but is it the same idea where you can, if you go to the top of this thing,
the search.
and I don't know where it is on here, so I can't see it. Is it?
Yeah,
Is
there's
there-
a search function up. See if you look right here where I'm
Okay.
right
yeah.
there.
I left my glasses there in my.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So-
but this is specific right now. It's specific to Star Wars, is where, because we're in the Star Wars Wikipedia.
Oh,
So under the, and it says search Wikipedia. So
so that would only want to do it for Star Wars there?
because that's the current one that we're in.
So if I go backwards.
If you go back and you click on a different one,
Well, I have, where am I here? Okay, I think I'm back to.
so if there was one about,
So it's anything what it shows actually on your screen then? Like you can't put another subject in there and ask about that?
no, it's not about, you don't ask.
Oh,
It's a pool of information. I clicked on the wrong one again. So I don't know if you guys know anything about Star Wars.
no.
No, but what I would like to cover today, maybe since I'm in Chrome.
Yep.
Maybe,
Don't know how to do Chrome on here.
well, maybe Richard might benefit. I'm just, could you I'll just go to the Chrome.
Yeah, this is Chrome right here. Yep.
Well, now I'm up in the very upper left-hand corner, under Chrome, and it says about Google Chrome. Maybe you can follow along with me there.
Where under help? No.
No, just, I'm all the way out of Chrome.
Oh, okay. All the way out
Yep, go.
about Google Chrome.
Well, the first thing it says is about Google Chrome, then preferences, then sign into Chrome.
Oh, that's because it's your first time using it. So I've used Chrome lots of times before, so it's not going to ask me those questions.
So, but just kind of going down, it says about Google Chrome. I assume that's going to tell me.
Yep.
Preferences would be something within Google Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
Then sign in, then clear browsing data.
Which is what we discussed last week.
Right. So would that be just in Chrome or all browsing data?
No, they all share, so it should be for all of them.
Import bookmarks and settings.
So if you have bookmarks from Safari or Firefox,
Okay.
you can it will bring them over to Google Chrome.
Okay. Services, no services applying. Hide Google Chrome. Why would I do that?
I'm not sure.
Hide others. Show all. Warn before quitting.
Yeah, so what that does, Bob, is if you have multiple tabs open, like up top here, if you keep opening different tabs,
Yeah.
if I close it, I just lost all those tabs.
Right.
If you enable that warn feature, it will warn you, letting you know you've got multiple ones open at the same time before closing out of Google Chrome.
So I checked that. Then
Yep.
quit Google Chrome. I can understand
Yeah.
that. Now,
So you're not going to experience this, Richard, because
I don't see.
iPhones
Google
and
Chrome on here.
iPhones and iPads default, the web browser pre-installed is Safari. So you would have to go to the App Store and separately download Google Chrome.
Okay.
But it's really not necessary.
Well, I got here,
It's
because
really
I was
not
looking,
necessary.
I've got, crap, I can't see it now. I've got Google Plus. I've got Google Maps,
Yep.
but that's all I have. That I
Yeah.
can see it says anything with a G on it.
Yep. Yeah, you'd have to download it from the App Store if it's something you really wanted to do.
Is it necessary?
No.
Because when I go to Safari,
Yeah, it does everything that you need it to do.
yeah,
If I may.
Yep.
Just staying in that upper section. Now I'm
Yep.
under File. New tab. What does that mean?
A new tab, so is the same thing as, so this is, if you click this, see this little icon right here, Bob, where my mouse is hovering?
Yeah,
If I click on that, it will open a new tab. So if we go to,
why would I open a new tab? Just to,
well, let's say I am on Amazon's website. And then I want to compare shop on eBay.
okay,
So having a tab, I can click back and forth and look at the same product on two different websites.
so
Without
it
having to-
would be to get a new tab that I can toggle back and forth.
Yeah.
Between the
And you
next
can have 3 tabs or 4 tabs. I mean, as many
What's
tabs
the
as you want.
difference between that and a new window?
A new window will pop up a whole nother, so this is a new window. So
what's the
it's a
difference?
whole new, well, because now you got to switch between the windows and they take up space, separate space on your screen, whereas tabs, it's all the same space.
Oh,
In that-
just use the same
It's the same,
footprint.
it's the same window, it's the same frame,
Oh,
but you can click on these little tabs, these little buttons, kind of like a file folder tab. And you're still in the same window.
and if you close the first one that you got to wherever you are on this one, all the rest of them go off by themselves, right?
No, they all disappear if I close the big X button. I can individually close a tab right here and they disappear, but these other ones still stay.
Yeah, but what you said was if you go that where that red circle is right there,
Right there.
that closes it all, right?
Everything. Yep.
Okay.
What is the
So-
new incognito?
Incognito, it won't keep track of your browsing history. So we talked about last time.
Yeah.
Something like DuckDuckGo or something?
Yeah, the DuckDuckGo. Yeah,
DuckDuckGo.
similar, but not quite the same.
Okay, so that might be the way to go so I don't get all the commercials.
Yes, it potentially, it'll do it within one session, but then when you close it out, it won't do it anymore. Or it'll start from scratch, basically.
I'm going to edit, and now I'm under speech. And I've never used that. Consumer won't let me do anything.
No, it's grayed out. I don't know. I've never done it. So
Start dictation.
I think that is text or speech to text. So like if you see right here, this in the Google search bar, there's a little microphone. You can actually talk to Google and it will start typing in what you're searching for.
Sometimes.
So I'll allow that.
So
So is that,
Here is some information about League of Legends.
It's not exactly what I was going for. So show me butterflies.
I want to buy a new.
All right,
Ford
pictures of
pickup.
butterflies.
So
Buy Ford pickup.
okay.
Search by voice. Speak now. Buy Ford pickup.
See, this is all I get with my Google. When I put Google in, is that because,
it's because you're on Safari.
okay, okay. Because I use Google all the time. for
And because I
searching.
think you're on a tablet instead of a, you'd have to download the Google.
So if I hit that microphone.
Yep.
What would I normally be saying?
Whatever you were gonna type with your fingers, you just say with your voice. Kind of like when you hold down the home button on your phone and you talk to Siri.
Faith Lutheran Church.
Of course, you'll get every Faith Lutheran church in the United States.
So nothing came up with Siri.
Well, no, it's not. There's no Siri on.
Well, why don't I have
Max.
Siri on my screen? See, this is where I get frustrated. I see this, Says search by voice, so I'm gonna try that. Faith Lutheran Church, Shelton, Washington.
Faith Lutheran Church Elka. Here you go.
Got it?
There you go. Yeah, sometimes you have to wait, and same thing with Siri. Sometimes Siri has a little bit of a delay.
So now I've got Faith Lutheran Church, Shelton, Washington in the window. What's the best way to delete that? I've just been kind of highlighting it or backspacing all the way over. There's gotta be a better way.
Not really. Or if you want to start from that same, so here I'm on eBay. Instead of continuing to back out, you can click up where the URL is,
Okay.
the website, and just type whatever you want there. That is both a search bar and a address bar.
So how do I get rid of what's in there, or do I worry about that? Just start typing?
Well, you see how mine's highlighted blue?
Yeah.
If you get the whole thing highlighted blue, then as soon as you start typing, it erases over it. Mark?
So does that, okay, what you just did that.
Yep.
When you typed into, put whatever else in there.
Yep.
Does that delete everything that was before that? Does that go out of your computer, or does it hide in the
No,
background?
it's as soon as I click the back arrow, I'm back to eBay.
See, these are the things that are really helpful. So I highlighted it, it hit blue, then I just started typing in Harbor Freight.
Yep.
And there I am.
Yep.
So I don't have to worry about erasing it, just
Nope.
highlight it.
Just highlight it, make sure it's all highlighted blue. We're looking at quick ways to search for things right now. So if this search bar is not only typing in an actual website address, but it's also for searching.
Sure.
Uh,
So I don't have, I could use that pretty much the same as the Google would do.
And typically, as soon as you click up there, Bob, you'll see just a one-click highlights the whole thing because it's assuming you want to do something different. So it's basically doing the select all for you.
So going back to the edit, paste, and match
Yep.
style, how's that different than paste?
I'm not sure why Google Chrome has match style. But match style would be if you were copying something from, let's say, Microsoft Word, and you were using a specific font and a specific size, so Helvetica size 14, then it would match that, is my assumption. So,
And, okay, now going back to whereabouts, when you click up on that, on your search bar up in the top there, yeah, that one. And when you go delete or start typing something else in, and the information that was originally shown on the screen disappears, is that hiding backwards in your computer for start using up your space inside? Am I making sense? You know
it's
what I mean?
it's all within the same app. So it's, the app is using, sometimes it's using a little bit more based on what you're doing, but it's all in Safari. So as long as Safari is open, it's eating those resources, whether you're on eBay's website or Google's website or Amazon's website.
Okay, but then when you shut it off or stop or whatever with your computer, and then you open it up, is all of that space what it was using before now harboring inside of your space, what's inside your computer?
Only if you have to close the app down. Otherwise, it's working in the background. So yes, it's still taking up your resources.
Okay, and so, and I'm trying to remember, and I know I have this and it's different than that.
You would double tap that physical home button, that circle button,
Yeah.
and then that will bring up a list of everything you have open right now. And then you swipe your double tap. There you go.
Oh.
And then you would swipe your finger up on one, and that would close it down.
Really?
It's 1212 Connection Street.
Yep.
Big C, big S.
Mine's not
This
clean.
word of maneuvering here
Yep.
is a challenge for me. I'm looking under special characters and it's got a little tent top, which I assume is upper space. Then it's got,
Tent top.
well, it's got a little, looks like a
This
roof.
thing?
That's telling me, and then this thing that I think is, command.
Yep.
So if I want to, so would that be uppercase, maybe command?
No. Let me.
What I'm finding here, these I can put emoticons in my,
It is control.
that little thing is control,
Yep. Control, command, and then
and it says space, whatever that means.
it would be the space bar.
Okay.
There you go. Those are shortcuts. We've talked about shortcuts.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm hitting.
Control, command, space. So now I've got a little
Got
emoji
it,
window.
that's a
pop-
shortcut.
Yep.
So this is something I've been wanting to learn how to do, to put
Uh,
emoticons in my
It would be
email.
completely different on an iPad. Yeah. What?
To put emoticons in my emails and things of that kind.
Yeah, if assuming it supports it, yes. So. All right.
Oops, do that.
Well, I just learned something I've been wanting to do.
Good. Good.
So that little tent is control. I'm surprised
Yep,
that's
the
not-
little tent is control.
I'm
The
surprised that's not on the keyboard.
up arrow is shift. The thing that looks like the outline of an up arrow
Got it.
is shift.
And that thing that looks a little bit like a spinning fan.
Yes, is
Is
command.
command.
And that one does have the symbol associated with it. Yep.
Where's that?
Again, those don't.
They don't apply
These
to me.
special buttons don't apply to an iPad, unfortunately.
Now, I have a conversation thing down here.
Yep.
Now, I've used that.
Yep.
My phone works better because I have that on here.
hmm
It works better on here. Is there a reason why?
They're two different companies.
No, I know, I know that, but I can drive down the road, even in my diesel, and I can look for somebody's name on my phone and it comes up, and then what do you want? And I call.
Mhm.
And I've tried it on here. I hate to say this, driving down the road where I've been searching address. And it doesn't do it here. I have to actually stop and get involved and go back through Google, but into Safari and search, which then brings it up.
Yep.
Am I doing something
If
wrong?
you hold that physical circle button again, no, your physical button, not
Oh, here.
on screen. Yep. Now you can talk to her.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So that's Siri.
Oh,
Siri,
oh,
you
oh,
hold
oh.
down that button
Oh.
anywhere you are, and Siri will.
Okay. Oh, all right.
When she
all right.
beeps at you, she's listening, and then you talk, and then she beeps again, and will respond.
Yeah, because I can do, I'm looking at, I found a house in Alma.
Yep.
I've been trying to deal with, and I got the address, it came up on here.
Yep.
And I kept doing it there, and I couldn't, I was at 65 miles an hour driving down the road, and I tried to get into this, and I'm just like, I can see this, I can't see it there, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I gotta start wearing my glasses again, but
That'd be helpful.
Well, while
Yep.
we're going through this, I'm at mailbox now, and underneath that it says, take all accounts offline.
What?
I'm in email,
Oh, okay.
and I'm under mailbox,
Mm-hmm.
take all accounts offline.
That would mean that you're no longer checking your emails.
Okay, the next one was get all new email and synchronize all accounts. What would that be?
He's in mailbox on the Mac, which you could go into settings and look at similar things. Settings, mail,
But,
calendars, contacts.
Really what I've got an option of new mailbox or new smart mailbox. What's the difference?
A smart mailbox, I don't know for sure, but from what I do know of other smart mailboxes, they kind of auto sort things for you based on your use of your inbox. So instead of being chronological, kind of like a Facebook timeline, it's not default chronological anymore. It's defaulted based on who you pay attention to. So my assumption is that it will sort things based on how much you interact with those people or those types of emails. So if you're always looking at emails from the Home Depot Garden Club, it's going to stick that at the top and then put the ones from eBay down at the bottom.
Then it has new smart mailbox folder. What's the difference between a folder and just a mailbox?
A folder, so you can create folders. So if you want to store certain emails, all your emails from your family into one folder, I mean, it's just like a real folder. You take all the physical mail.
So how's that different than a mailbox?
A mailbox is an email account, like your Gmail account and your Hotmail account and your Wave Cable account and your Comcast account. So those are accounts, and folders are you can put emails from that account into a folder to kind of organize it if you want.
so that's different than this kind, what you just talked about, right?
Well, you can do it on that as well.
Well, I have those, or that's the people that are,
Yep.
it's not neither, I gotta go over here.
Yeah, I think they call them VIP on the iPad. You can have a VIP inbox and it
Yeah,
will
yeah. Well,
organize according
oh
to
crap, I got a bunch of stuff
those
here I didn't
things.
know I had.
so.
No, that's Gmail. Oh, that's like, I was on the wrong thing for my Gmail. You were talking about these things on
Yep,
the side, right?
yep.
But no, this is Google though, isn't it? Or are we talking to, he was talking about,
You're both talking about your mailbox, but it depends on what accounts you have set up for it. So that will differ, but it's your inbox, and that's not going to be different. And you can make folders. Your sent folder, your junk folder, your trash folder, your archive folder. Those are all defaults.
yeah, but is that different than what he's talking about that said new, whatever it was up there?
Not really.
Okay.
Some of this stuff I have such.
And I don't use a lot of this stuff, Bob. So.
Here's something maybe. This is an email that I just received from Heritage Bank,
Mm-hmm.
whom I bank with. It says important account access information. Your security is our top priority. Beginning this Wednesday, you will use one-time passcode, OTP, multi-factor authorization, instead of challenge questions to verify your identity when you log into Business Cash Management online. This means that you'll be prompted to complete an OTP MMA process each time you log into the system from an unrecognized device. So what I found is if I log into this account at home, which is, I guess, the recognized,
Right.
it's a lot simpler. But if I try to log in elsewhere, they seem to have a higher security level.
Yes.
I happened to be over at Denny's earlier, and I tried to log into a secure banking account, and it wouldn't let me because it indicated that something that the Wi-Fi there was
Yes.
not secure.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
So, but I don't get that here.
That's because when you go to Denny's, when you go to an airport, when you go to McDonald's, Walmart, you're logging into a free Wi-Fi that has no password, which means anyone that's in range of that Wi-Fi network can log in. So it's not secure.
So the reason we don't have it here is because we need a password.
You have a passcode to get into this network, which means only people with the password are in theoretically.
So am I at risk at McDonald's if I want to go into my bank account?
Yeah.
What's a risk because why?
Because anyone sitting in McDonald's or within McDonald's Wi-Fi range has unrestricted access to that Wi-Fi network.
But how does that impact my security? Do they somehow get into,
They could, yeah. If
So
someone is searching and to maliciously hack someone, and you happen to be on your bank account there, then it's much easier for someone to hack into that than
you'd need special skills.
you would. Yes, but the bank's not going to take that risk
Okay.
because ultimately they're liable.
I get it.
Yep.
Okay, I've been exactly what Bob's just talking about, both at Denny's here and McDonald's. And I've been on my Bank of America thing.
Yep.
And it goes through like this much stuff to get into my account. And then it all of a sudden, and then it just says, no, need to phone the bank or need to go to the bank. But it says need to phone the bank, usually it's the 800 number for them. Then I go through a song and dance. And then I lose my ability off my iPad to get back to my bank account. Then I go downtown and I talk with one of the girls down there and they get on the phone and do their stuff. And then they tell me I need to make a new password and all of that stuff and a new picture and all that stuff.
Yep.
But I mean, I've done that I'm going to say in this last year, not just this year, but over this last year, probably 8 times. And it keeps blocking, stops me right inside of my computer. Is that the bank?
Banks do not want you logging in from multiple locations. So they don't like you logging in from multiple computers on the same location. If Becca decides to pay a bill and she's downstairs on her iPad, they're going to send her a text message saying, you're logging in from a different account. Is this you? If so, use this passcode. And then the very next time she goes back upstairs to log in the desktop, they're going to go through the same process because now you're at a different computer. And so whatever you last associated your account with that device, that becomes your new default device and location.
So I use this and I use that. And is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, as soon as
it happens all the time to me and it pisses me off.
Yeah, well.
No, but I'm not mean maliciously. I meant, and I go through this crap with the bank.
Yep.
And they're nice.
Yep.
I mean,
the bank does not want multiple devices. It does not want multiple locations because that is, in their eyes, that's a red flag for.
I understand.
For abuse.
So that's
So that's the reality. That's the reality. Is banks are gonna. Yep. Yeah. If you want to log in from multiple locations, you're gonna have to get accustomed to and realize that they're gonna constantly ask you for this extra information.
One interesting thing I found, I do business with several different banks. I've had a situation with Heritage where they have asked me a question such as, what is the name of your pastor, that I have never had come up before.
yes, I've had that.
And then I've called them and it's some kind of a security block because it's a question that is not in the system.
Yep. Yeah, basically they'll provide false questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the purpose there is because they're concerned.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've had that
False question.
with Bank of America. What's your pet's name? I don't have a pet.
Yeah.
But there's no way of saying I don't have a pet. You can't answer them. They just give you.
So what do?
I usually click it off and try and go back into it again, and then I get some other stupid question.
False question.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like what was the first car you ever owned? And I'm going, well, I know. What it was.
So then the solution, I've only found this solution to call the bank
Mm-hmm.
and they'll tell me that.
Call or walk in, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You got to prove you're you.
Yeah, because like I said, I go downtown,
Mhm.
and now I get the same thing. I don't know if anybody does. Anybody do with Chase? And I got their thing here, and I try to make my account because I've got like 4 accounts there and a bunch in this one at Bank of America,
Mm-hmm.
and I just like trying to keep track of what I'm spending more than anything else. And it like sometimes takes a half an hour to get in there. It's like,
Yep.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing you can do about it. Those are their protocols.
So, my other bank account's over in New York, and I go through this on here about every month,
Mm-hmm.
and I phone them. Well, I try to send the email from it. It won't let me. I can't go to them off the computer. So I phone them on their 888 number, and I talk to them, and they're nice. And I explain. I said, what's going on here? And then he asked me questions.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, there's nothing wrong, but use this number to get into your account. Once you get into your account, you need to change it. And they give me, I think, 12 hours,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
to make the change.
Mm-hmm.
And on this, it's a struggle to try and I can't use a original, whatever I've done before, I can't use that again.
Right.
Well, I'd have to start keeping a list of stuff this much long
Mm-hmm.
just to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Oh, so that's just what it is?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I tried to create an account with a service and didn't realize that online. Didn't realize we needed a code that they were sending in the mail, and we had to call them up because you had that one chance to create your account and prove you were you. And then after that, we had to call and provide all this extra information. And it's just security measures, and they're not taking.
So that's the thing, like with Bank of America, they'll send me something on my phone number,
Mm-hmm.
and say you got mail, but unless I'm paying attention, knowing I have it here, I'm sitting there going, and they don't tell you. No, I mean, I'm just explaining.
Yep.
And usually it's a freaking number this long with got like 8 letters in it.
Mm-hmm.
And does upper and lowercase matter when you get
Yep.
those?
Yep. Everything is case sensitive unless it specifically says that it's not. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Well, we're going to talk about something fun for 5 minutes.
How about entertaining?
It's It's
We've already done the
amazing.
entertaining part or what?
This
It's been fun.
is amazing.
Okay.
I know, but it's been very deep. My brain hurts, Bob.
Good. So how are we doing this?
Phil introduced me, intern Pastor Liz's husband, to a game. And it's anyway, that's just kind of the preface to what I'm really talking about. So he introduced me to this game, and there's a lot of tokens in this game. And it's current, so I bought the game, the basic set of the game, and the tokens are just laying in this box. And there are a bunch of different types of tokens, and so it's really not organized well. And so every time you pull them out, you got to resort them and everything. There's no carrier. So I thought, I wonder if anyone's created online some kind of carrier for these tokens so I can organize everything. And sure enough, there are 3D printer files of a carrier that this person made. And so then I was going online and I found these big companies that do 3D printing for you, because I don't have a 3D printer. They're getting a lot cheaper now, but I still don't have a 3D printer.
What's a 3D printer?
A 3D printer prints, you have a digital creation. So let's say you create a coffee mug in this 3D printing application. And then you put it in your 3D printer and it literally prints a 3-dimensional coffee mug out of plastic. Well, there's new 3D printers can print in different materials now. So anyway, I found someone who created a file that created this token holder. And so I was going online and I found these websites and they wanted like $65 to print it. And I thought, that's ridiculous. And so I kept doing more and more searching and I found this place called 3dhubs.com. And it finds, I'm assuming, I didn't do real deep research into this, but it finds, well, I do know this, it finds local people. And I assume that they're not really, this isn't their main job, but this is kind of a side job that they have and do in their spare time. But I found, I mean, there's a bunch of local ones, but there was a guy in Poulsbo, and he has a 3D printer. He's a 3D printer. So everyone on this website does. And they find people local because you can actually go to their location, whether it's a home or a business, and you can go and pick them up or you can have them ship it to you. For a fee. And so instead of the $65, I ordered 2 of them because I figured I'd give one to Phil. Ordered 2 of them. So the startup costs, because they, there's just like if you go down to the, what's it called? The shopper, and you give them a template and then they have to, or if you go to and have a t-shirt design, there's that startup cost. So there's the startup cost and then there's the actual cost to create it and then shipping. For 2 of them, plus shipping, plus the startup cost, it was $25.
And
What's the material?
Plastic.
What did you have made?
This 3D,
Because this is the site you're talking about right there, correct?
3dhubs.com. Yeah. So here it is. This is the 3D file. So this isn't. I haven't received it. I think it should be shipping today.
So that's going to hold your token.
Yeah. So if you see all those little slats on either, so there's one here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here.
Entrepreneur out there who is now using his 3D printer.
Yep. To make some side money. Yep. And it's all done through this website, and it's absolutely so. Yeah, see, it was $4 startup cost, $15.90 for 2 of these holders, and then $5 shipping, which I think is pretty darn reasonable for shipping.
So the process, you got the file.
I found the file from another fan of the game.
So you emailed it to this guy.
Well, it's all done through the website. You load the file on the website. And then it lists all these people that are willing to make it for you, and size? How much. I'm assuming it's by size and,
so they
how.
Basically bid on it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. I will. Yeah. You go and you find 3 bidders to have your pavement done, except it's all right here, and there were countless ones.
So these tokens, where do they come from?
From the game. Like when you buy the game,
you buy a game.
You buy the game and then you punch. They're little cardboard tokens, and you punch them out. Yeah. And so they're just. I mean, there's like 10 of each type.
Yeah.
And they're just laying in the box, and so then you have to sort, and that takes time when you want to play. So I thought there's got to be a better way. Found it. So you go to here. I'll show you how to do it because
This is the thing that you had showing up there. So that's
Yep.
the site you got into. Right?
Yep.
So you click on this.
I gotta go, guys.
Hi, Bob.
Mine apparently
Thanks
isn't
for coming today.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Hi, Bob. So okay, I'm pushing on this. So,
Well, that's just a picture.
oops.
But so Here's another, wait, where did it go? Here's another thing. So you literally drag and drop the 3D file, which is, there's different formats, just like there is for everything. But you drop it in there, it loads the file, hopefully quicker than this.
So do you have to have a laser scanner to create that 3D file? I mean, there's
there's software programs.
But how did that, say you needed a car part
Yes.
for an old car.
Yes.
You can't buy them anymore.
Yep.
But you've got one. If you could scan it, you could have somebody.
I suppose you could have
3D
someone scan it as well, or you
But
just.
What is the machine that does the scanning? Is it another 3D printer?
No, I would assume it'd be probably a 3D scanner. I don't know. What these things are all done through a software program.
Right.
So you download the program and you say, I want, 10 centimeters by 30 centimeters, and then
So you're talking like an NC machine now of the,
Yeah, it
Like-
is. It is. Yeah.
So now this is uploaded, and now I choose my material. So we're just going to go for general purpose plastic. And then you scroll down, and here are all the local printers. And some of them are like insanely expensive, which I don't understand. But
now do they all know these people, like you're on this page right now showing, do
right,
they also, the same people that do this stuff, know all these other people too?
do they know each other?
Yes.
I-
Do you follow I mean, like you said, if one's $100 and the lowest one's $5,
Right.
do they know that this person's doing this for $5 and this one's $100? That's
I don't know. I'm not on that side of things. I would guess that they could do a search and, upload a file just like I am. I'm not really ordering this, but I can upload it and check quotes. I guess they could probably do the same thing and see in their area what the prices are for people nearby.
How long
As
did it
competition.
take you to get the response from the guy in Pullsbo? Was it like?
Yeah, because they have to
instantaneous?
accept the order. Because if they think it's too hard, or maybe I don't know for sure, maybe the file or the actual object is too big for their machine.
Right.
I don't know if that's weeded out beforehand or not, because I don't know the total ins and outs. But it was about 4 hours.
Not
and
long
he-
then.
No, it was about 4 hours later. He responds, and here, I'll show you. You literally have a conversation back and forth.
Nice.
Because he didn't have, I wanted it in yellow, and he didn't have yellow. Thanks for your order. I'll check the file. Oh no, that's the one from the website. Here's key. I don't presently have yellow filament. I can arrange to order some, but this will extend the completion date. And they tell you each person has said about how long, and his is 2 days. And then here are the colors that he has. And so I just wanted to know how long it would take to get yellow, only a couple days. So you're literally talking back and forth. And it was pretty fast. I mean, 1636, I responded 4 minutes later. He responded 11 minutes later. So this was all taken care of in like an hour as far as negotiating.
Very nice.
And then he tells me that he got the filament on Friday, and he's going to start printing. And today, I just got notice this morning or yesterday, that they're ready to ship.
Cool.
And so he's shipping them. I'm guessing he's shipping them today, and I should have them in the next couple days. And then I can click on whether I was unhappy with the order, if I got it, and I was happy with it. And then you leave feedback, and he's got 5 stars, and I read all of his reviews, and everyone was super happy with his work.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
super
just-
cheap.
I just replaced the plastic thing, one of the things that was wrong with my lift gate on my truck.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a plastic round thing. I can't make my hand about this big around, maybe
Mhm.
about 1 inch and a half, a little bit less than 1 inch and a half,
Yep.
with a hole in the center about this big,
Yeah.
$64.
Yep.
And it's only plastic. There's nothing else. It's the part that fits on the top has to be separated by this to the part that's on the bottom to
Mm-hmm.
stop something from going through. And I don't know how to explain it differently than that.
Yeah.
So I could get something like that built if I.
Potentially.
So are we
Yeah.
talking, I need to give them the size or what do I need to?
Well, no, I mean, I found the template all ready to go online, and I literally just uploaded that file to this guy. So you can actually, I don't know how much extra money it would cost, but you could potentially say, I need something that looks like this and has these dimensions, and they could create it for
Well, I
you.
could make a picture of it or
Right.
like make a.
Yep.
Click.
And
picture.
that would be a lot. I don't know how much extra money that
Oh,
would be.
no,
but yeah.
but I'm just talking, I mean,
I think they do that as well, yes.
because
Or some
this
of
is
them.
the second one they've replaced on my thing since I
Mhm.
dealt with them. And they said, because the problem wasn't that, the problem was actually in my control and this other solenoid, if you wish, that jumps to
Mhm.
this thing that makes this activate. And because they did and I did, and back and forth, we were jump starting it past the control.
Yeah.
It screwed up the first one. And
Yeah.
I said, well, there's got to be a warranty on this thing.
Right.
And, but it's just a piece of plastic. It's like the color of that table, like kind of a yellowy, like, I don't think the color matters.
No, but material would definitely matter. And so you'd have to see if it's the right material.
Well, the guy told me it was just plastic.
Well,
I'm
but I
just
mean,
thinking-
yeah.
What he just said to me.
I mean, on this 3D Hub site, I mean, there's all different kinds of plastics, and the price can jump significantly based on the type of plastic you want.
Okay, I'm at the beginning of their hubs.
You're just in the search engine. You're not on the website, so you have to click on the 3D Hubs webpage.
Well, it says 3D Hubs Facebook, 3D Hub raises 4 point something million,
Yeah, that's just
and then 3D Hub link.
you typed in 3D Hubs, but you didn't actually go to their website. You're just in the search engine right now, so you got to go to the actual website.
So how do
And
I do that?
Thingiverse, if you're interested, this website has, I mean, the whole thing is 3D files of things that people have created. So you can look here and just download them for free. And then you go to 3D Hubs and upload and find out how much it's going to cost for someone to make it for you.
So how do you get to 3D
I
Hubs
bet you're right
website?
about the 3D scanner thing.
Yeah.
That you put the item in there and it scans it.
Yep.
And it creates that file.
Yep. I'll show you real quick.
Because I'd like to make one of these things only because